Good morning, Thriving Woman. It's Heather Dunlop. So happy to see you today. So, I was thinking about a famous Muhammad Ali quote this morning and thinking about how it relates to what we've been through as women who've experienced sexual assault and domestic violence. I've shared my story that when I was 8 to 12, I was sexually molested years, repeatedly, time after time, for 4 years of my life as a young child. And when that finally ended, my brain took over to protect me. It buried things very deep. And I lashed out and I was very angry for many, many years, my teen years into my early 20s, until everything just came to the surface and all of the memories and everything came up. And it was confirmed by people who were around me at the time when I was a young child. And going through that, I was like, you know, everything that I heard was you have to survive. You're a survivor. You're a survivor. You're a survivor. And that label just didn't sit with me. I was not willing to be identified as a survivor because, from my perspective, I was identified by what he did to me. And that was not acceptable to me. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to just have survived it. I wanted more. I've always wanted more, and I've been driven to go for more. And I've lived my life taking risks. Some worked out great, some not so much. And I'm okay with that because I'm going for my life all the time. And I've got big every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. Live the rest of your life as a champion, right? And he's talking about his training, how he went through his training and he can to where he wasn't sure his body could go and continuing to do that so that when he stepped into the ring, he stepped out of that ring as a champion. So why do I bring this up? Because it got me thinking, the rest of your life as a champion. Well, isn't that what we've been doing as survivors? As being labeled a survivor, as having come through the sexual assault and come out on the other side, come through that domestic violence and come out on the other side to where you've been surviving and you know it's still not enough. You've put in the suffering. You've done the suffering. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a thriving woman. So, what do I relate to this now? One of the things that I did to go from being a survivor to thriving so that I no longer felt shackled by that shame, that I no longer felt that I had to keep that secret, that I no longer felt guilty for wanting more, that I was so ready to let go of all of that anger. I looked to forgiveness and I discovered the power, the amazing power of forgiveness. So, one of the parts of forgiving is forgiving 3 sets of people. The absolute most important is to forgive yourself. Find a way to forgive yourself. And you can do that. We can do that together. The second is forgiving the witnesses, the people who may have known and not helped, the people who knew and didn't know how to help. Forgive them. Forgive them all. And the third, the one that's probably the most obvious that most people think about and think that's the only person to forgive, is the offender, the abuser, the person or persons who did this to you. Forgive them. And when I say that, people ask me all the time, are you out of your blipping mind? There's no way. He doesn't deserve my forgiveness. He's not worthy of my forgiveness. I'll never forgive him. And I challenge you on that. I challenge you because forgiveness is not about him. Forgiveness is for you. It's so that you can come out whole, so that you can live your life, so that you can let go of all of the anger and the guilt and the shame and live your life as the person you know you're meant to be. See, if you don't let go and you continue to hold on to that grievance and you continue to hold on to the abuse, you're living your life in the past. And living the life in the past and the way you've been living it is never going to get you to your dreams. It's gotten to where you are now. And is where you are now that ultimate life that you want to live? For me, it wasn't. And that's why I chose to take a path to find a way to forgive everybody. And if anything bubbled up again, I'd go through it and I'd do the forgiveness process again because I wanted it so badly to be someone who is able to thrive, to be someone who's able to achieve her dreams. And one of the things I've always said, it's not about him. It is not about him. Your life is not about him. Your life is about you. And you deserve to forgive, to put yourself first, to go for the life of your dreams. You deserve to go through this now so that you can live the rest of your life as a thriving woman. So Muhammad Ali said, suffer now and live your life as a champion. In our world, I know in my world, the suffering was the pain that it brought up to go through the forgiveness. And I was willing to do that because I knew that on the other side, I would be free from it. So I ask you, do you want to go through the forgiveness? Do you want to suffer those memories right now with those old feelings so that you can live the rest of your life as a thriving woman, free from shame, free from secrets, free from that anger and free from the guilt? I want you to take a second and I want you to think about your life and what becomes possible when you no longer carry around that secret, when you no longer feel shame. What becomes possible when you let go of the guilt and the anger? What becomes possible in your life when you decide to forgive? This is Heather Dunlop, Thriving Woman. And if you want to take this a level deeper, I'm going to put my link in the first comment below. Book a 15-minute call with me, and let's take this a level deeper. And let's take you from living in that secret and holding back forgiveness to being someone who is willing to forgive. All right, so book a 15-minute below, and let's take this a level deeper together. Always, always remember, you have strength within you.